Hi, Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is going to be your reading for June 2020. I had said to you guys before that I was going to change the format for a bit, and I'm going to be bringing you all 12 of the readings here on the channel, but I will also be providing extra content for people on the website. So, with that being said, I'm going to have to. I got a new laptop. I bought myself a Mac. What? This damn thing costs more than my car. Woo, I tell you what. This is what I'm using, and so there's a slight learning curve. I don't know if any of y'all went from Windows to Mac, but it's a whole nother world. So I'm gonna turn the computer around. My normal stand that I usually have it up on has collapsed, but I've had that thing for like 12 years, so whatever. And so hopefully I'm gonna be able to you'll be able to see the cards until I can figure out something else. I think I'm gonna build myself something. So I've already done some what do you call it? Some yeah, there we go. I've already done some shuffling and meditation on your sign. And so we're going to there might be a huge glare, so I'm going to turn that off. There we go. And we're going to get right into the reading, okay? I do have the La Vida Sibilas here for clarification. And then depending on what the cards are speaking about, there will be either an angel answer or a romance angel card. But we will most definitely wrap the reading up with a golden Nostradamus. I absolutely love those cards. So, 9 cards down. Here we go. 6 of Wands. Oh, and by the way, Gemini, happy birthday to you guys. This is Gemini season, and what a season it is. We will also have a huge number of planets in retrograde status. And just so you know, Mercury's going to be going to retrograde, I think, on the 15th, or it might be the 18th. And it will station at 14 degrees Gemini. So, there's the 3 of Swords. The 4 of Swords. The Emperor. Oh, wow. There you are. The Queen of Swords. The Ace of Cups. Wow, that's interesting. Isn't that funny? So far I have 2 4s. The Emperor is a 4. There's the Knight of Swords. There's our Mercury energy. 7 of Cups. Oh, wow. And a reverse King of Swords. Never like to see that guy reversed. Okay. So I have 1, 2, 3 court cards. So there are at least 3 people involved in this situation. If not 3 people, then it's a group of people. As you know, the Knights always read to me as messages that precede events, or that are the cause or catalyst of events moving along. Okay. I'm not exactly sure if this Emperor is a person, or if the Emperor is both a person and a situation. But there are lots of swords here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 swords. So this tells me that there's a lot of news and messages and communications happening back and forth. There are lots of thoughts going on. What is under the deck? Well, we have the 6 of Cups. Isn't that interesting? So I get the sense that for some of you, this does have to do with someone from the past coming back into your life. I think what I find to be interesting again is this emperor, because I'm not exactly sure how he is presenting himself. And it also appears as though there was some kind of uh, what do you call it, overcoming of some issue. Here we have the Six of Wands, yeah? And the Six of Wands, before it was a six, was a five. So this tells me that there's something that you um, got over, or something that you were able to, uh, oh, what's the word? Uh, Again, overcome. It implies that there was a victory in it. It also implies that there were a lot of people behind you who helped you to do this. At the very least, it implies that whatever this thing was, there were leadership abilities involved in it, and maybe that's why he's coming out. Um, but then we see it wasn't all what it was cracked up to be. Here is the Three of Swords. That implies some kind of disappointment, maybe even a bit of bitterness, definitely some sadness and some pain surrounding this issue. So what do we do when we do things like that, or we accomplish this great thing, but then we discover it's not exactly what we thought it would be, or it the actual acquisition or the doing of the thing now presents us with a whole bunch of other challenges that we didn't necessarily foresee. Yes? So what do? We take a step back. Hopefully that's what you should do. Take a step back and remove yourself from the situation so that you can gain some clarity. But there is no clarity, at least for the time being, because we see that some new kind of offer pops up. Now, sometimes the Ace of Cups is not always necessarily about a new romantic situation. It could be that your finances are going to be on the improve. Basically, it speaks to new terms and conditions that are going to bring about a whole new emotional beginning for you. Okay, it can also be that idea of something being cathartic. You are releasing those pent up negative emotions so that you can renew yourself. Okay, but then this Knight kind of takes off in another direction. Now, usually this is, if it's a person, it speaks to somebody who's hasty and doesn't always necessarily think before they act. But if this person is on your good side, or if they're coming to your quote unquote aid or defense, sometimes this can be a pretty good guy to deal with. But it seems as though it breeds some kind of confusion to where we don't know exactly what to focus on. And what I find to be interesting is that, to me, this cup is representative of that cup. Okay? So whatever this thing is, some kind of news event happens, messages come in, and it brings about a whole bunch of confusion. And this gets kind of lost in the shuffle. And here's this reverse King of Swords. And I'm not exactly sure from the knighting if this tells me that there was a lull and a period, somewhat like a truce, a stepping back. Someone gathered their energy and gathered their forces, and then when they arrive back onto the scene, they are really, really not someone you want to be dealing with. Okay? Interestingly, again, here's that single cup. So this tells me that there's been an offer presented, one that may have been accepted, and then somebody reneges on it. Now, we do have Venus retrograde in the sign of Gemini. Venus is all about harmony, beauty, justice, fairness, values and value systems, and going retrograde. And she will typically come into play when there's some type of negotiations happening, right? Especially in the sign of Gemini, because Gemini rules contracts, phone calls, text messages, fax, mail that comes, post that comes by mail, siblings, children, early childhood education. So there are a lot of things that imply or that present this thing of trying to make everything fair and balanced and harmonized. And what do you use Venus for? Venus is usually the idea of trying to make things appear, and not necessarily appear, I'm using that for lack of a better term, but to make things more attractive, right? In order to get people to come along with you and to participate in something, you've got to make it more attractive to them. They've got to figure out what's in it for them, right? And hopefully whatever's in it for them is good, and then whatever you get out of it is also good. But as we know, that doesn't always happen, right? So, 2/4s can speak to a safe and secure time period, but 2/4s can also speak to moving home or moving house, and 2/4s could speak to a stagnant situation. So this Emperor is coming across both as now a person, but also as a situation as it relates to you. Because what the Emperor does is he comes along and he knows that he can't be giving away everything, right? But he also knows that he can't be tyrannical. So when he's presented with situations, what he does is he tries to use both his logic and his emotions to make the most fair and balanced decisions that he can make. All right? So he's reading like two types of people. Now, what I want to do is take a look, because I have 1, 2, 3, 4 pip cards as they relate to this one major arcana card. Now, I don't know if y'all remember how long I was telling y'all I was going to be putting my book together, but there it is. And I'm not even done yet. So let's take a look to see if we can discover now, interestingly, the Ace of Cups with swords all around indicates unsettled conditions in the home environment, and that things within the family may be strained at this time, which is true. I mean, everybody's under the same influence, right? And so he could be showing up as the leader of the family. Normally, this is the guy who made all of the decisions, but now he ain't in a position to make decisions, or he's changed his mind about something. So what I want to do is take a look at this 6 of Wands to see if it can tell me anything as it relates to the Emperor. It does not. The 3 of Swords. And where are the swords? The 3 and the 4. The 3 of Swords next to the Emperor. It is asking you not to become upset or hurt by another's harsh criticism or judgment. You are to remain positive and strong, and do not bother to pursue or change things. Just continue to forge ahead. There you are. It may be a message not to pursue or try to change the existing condition. Rather, begin anew and have no fear, as all will work out accordingly. But it also implies that although you may be feeling emotionally hurt by what you consider unfair treatment, judgment, or harsh criticism, take heed in the message that these feelings and circumstances will pass, and you will, with hindsight, see the lessons learned during your time of anguish. But you know, he's going to crop back up, and he's not going to be nice. Okay? I'm just going to tell you, the guy's going to crop back up. The 4 of Swords appearing with 3 or more court cards indicates that there are some misunderstandings and difficulties within current relationships. It is a message not to proceed with any new ventures or relationships unless you feel absolutely secure. It is most important to check the fine details before proceeding, as there is a possibility of difficulties arising. See, we see that everything was hunky-dory. We were going along, and then something happened. I don't know what this is. There's some kind of sense of betrayal associated with this. Let me take a look at the 7 of Cups, and then we're going to pull Sibyllus, okay? The 7 of Cups. It tells me nothing. Okay? Now, sometimes the 7 of Cups can be about the idea of having so many choices that you don't know what to do. But this guy, I have to find my hold on one second, because this guy is not somebody you want to be dealing with. Hold on, let me see if I can find him. Okay, that's not that. That's my ephemeris. Oh my God, what do I do with my maybe I put it in my book. I don't know. Let me see here. I don't think I did. No, I didn't. Okay, well, I can't find my information on the reversed night of. Wait a minute. Yeah, I can. It's right here. I hadn't put it in my book yet. So, I'm waiting. This is the guy I'm worried about. Okay? This reverse king of swords, because he's really, really, really not a nice person. And to me, it appears that while you are trying to maybe get your head together, this guy pops up. And he comes up with a not so good interpretation. The key words for this guy is unfairness, restriction, injustices, sternness, cruelty, coldness, and calculating. Manipulative, sarcastic, and sarcasm. The reverse king of swords may represent an overbearing and stern partner, husband, father, or male counterpart. He may be warning of someone who may have a negative influence at your life at this time. He is most likely a mature man who at times can act cruelly and unjustly. In regards to legal matters of all kinds, the reverse king may be cautioning you about your case or side. Check and recheck details, as there may be some mistruths or misinformations that may be detrimental. It depicts a man who can be callous and malicious, and who enjoys upsetting people and causing disharmony for others. It indicates a man who is inclined to be strict and uncompromising. He lacks compassion and can be quite the bully. He has a tendency to upset people without regard. He is a symbol of someone who dislikes losing at all times and will go out of his way to manipulate and cause upset. This person enjoys their own power trip and can act as the intimidator and or bully. Appearing reversed, it may be an indication that you have been or you are going to be double-crossed, or an injustice has been or will be done to you. It indicates that you may be involved with a man who is tyrannical in his behavior and who has become detached from his emotions. He enjoys imposing his will regardless of others. Although this man may appear calm and confident on the outside, on the inside his feelings are of great unhappiness. It depicts a very unpleasant character who can be dangerous to know and is best avoided in all avenues of life. He is intelligent and independent, but can be cruel and explosive in nature. He chooses to exploit those weaker than himself. It is an indication that someone who is strong-willed may come in and attempt to take control of a situation. This person could be overbearing and obnoxious. It may also be indicating an argument or disagreement or a situation where a compromise cannot be found. There he is. What I don't get, though, is this. So I'm going to take a look at the Three of Swords simply because of where it sits. Whatever this is, I honestly feel that across the center, which is our present row, this is you making that decision. You're going to start anew, whatever that means for you. But as it relates to the past column and the knighting, this person comes back. We see them leaving the scene for whatever reason, right? And it appears, and I don't want you to take this the wrong way, that he is you have either given this person a higher position than you. Why? Because he shows up as an emperor and you show up as a queen, okay? Or you think that he has a higher position than you. The letterato. The desperate jealousy. Oh wow, and the pensiero. Huh. Now, whenever I see the letterato come out, and if he's reversed, this is the character that I'm thinking about. Okay? someone who's cold, cool, detached, very intelligent. But there's something about him, this desperate jealousy, that has him very upset, and he's thinking about it. He's meditating upon it. Remember, I said it looks as though he goes away for a little while, then he comes back, and when he comes back, he is a completely different person. This strikes me as being his outside appearance. Oh my God, my camera keeps going off. And I don't know why it keeps doing that. Okay. Okay, I done changed all of the settings and I don't know why it keeps doing that. Let's hurry and get to the Knight of Swords. What is this? Why does he leave? Why does he rush away from the scene? Oh, the stanza. Some kind of negotiations, or sometimes this card can be about secrets coming out. It's so spirity. There you are, lamenting something that you feel that has left behind, and the melancholia, the sadness over losing something or someone, whatever specifically this relates to. Feeling sad about it. But that card says it's a dark cloud. It will pass in short time. It's going to cause you a bit of pain and confusion, yes. But I'm telling you, he's coming back. And I don't know why or what he wants. There it is, the letter. You hear from him. That just says there's news on the way. The Lecherezza. This is called the Reckless card, or Carefree card. And the Donna Maritata. Now, I don't know exactly what those three things mean, so I'm going to read to you, because I think what's most important is the Lecherezza card. All right? And the Lecherezza card says, and it is one of the most dominant suits in the Sibilas. It indicates that the event predicted will not be as significant as it would have been had the card not appeared. It can lessen sometimes or belittle. It may indicate a small gain, a brief period of happiness, or an inconsequential illness. But it can also, next to negative cards, indicate a small setback, inconsequential delay. In financial matters, it indicates short-lived investments that are ultimately destined to plummet. It also indicates spending money like water and a chronic inability to accumulate savings. It indicates activities that go bust due to a miscalculation or lack of proper planning. It indicates a slight improvement. Now, in love, it indicates inconsistency, a lack of commitment, sleeping around, and an affair, particularly when it is found next to a significator card. There it is. It also relates to recklessness, impulsiveness, and careless mistakes that will cause you much grief in the future. There could also be a possibility of lawsuits. Now, there's some news coming, and I don't know why the news is coming. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull one romance angel card, one angel answer card, and then we will wrap this reading up with a golden Nostradamus, because something's on its way. Someone, I don't know if this is his ex, yeah? I don't know if this is a business situation. So the first thing I'm going to do is pull a angel answer card. So formulate your question for the angel answer, please. But you're going to hear from this guy again. He's going to show up. And the situation is already rather confusing, I think. What is the choice? This definitely relates to somebody that you had a past relationship with. I don't know if this is business or romance, maybe both. But you're going to hear from this person again. And I'm going to tell you to beware, because he appears as the reverse Queen of Swords. Now, on the off chance that it is speaking about her, she's coming back for some vengeance and will be very difficult to deal with. And will, I think, show up out of the blue. Usually when the letter card shows up, it's the imminent arrival of news. Okay? Imminent, within sometimes 24 to 48 hours, at the outside a week. Whatever it is, it will be either about him, okay, or it will be coming from her. Okay? And this could even be you. I don't know. Maybe you're going through a divorce right now. I don't know. Be assertive. Romance angel. Romance, yeah. Formulate your question for the romance angels. What if you can hear that whirring sound? That is my external hard drives. I got 2 of them plugged in. Playfulness. That could be about flirting, doing shit with somebody you ain't supposed to be. Okay. You know, those kind of situations where somebody cheats on you and then they get caught and they just acting like it ain't nothing. Oh no, girl, you imagining things. Oh no, baby, you imagining things. Me and him are friends from way back. Yeah, he like my brother. That kind of stuff. Okay? But if pressed, then they want to get nasty. Nostradamus says, holy shit, it's the cat. Be careful. Something is coming. We will start with the be assertive. I don't know who that out there doing whatever they're doing, but they didn't even knock it off. This situation calls for you to take matters into your own hands. You must get clear on your personal feelings and then pursue the fulfillment of your desires with courage and confidence. Ask for what you need without watering down your request in order to satisfy others. Remember that seeing to your own needs is nothing to apologize for. Set boundaries with those around you in order to create a safe and fair environment. And tailor your actions so that you earn the respect from others you deserve and then move forward. And that's what I'm saying. It looks like that. That's what it looks like you're doing. Because all of the conversations have come to a halt. The secrets are out. Somebody leaves. But you know what's funny about this card is that arrow above her head points to the trouble. I don't know, somebody's lamenting something or somebody's refusing to let go of something. Okay? I don't know. Playfulness. Maybe this is somebody going back to somebody they used to be with before. They don't want to commit. The romance angels are cherubs who embody all things romantic and who have a happy, youthful sense of playfulness. They delight in the wonders of love and ask you to do the same. The angels want to help you fall back in love with life again by guiding you to enjoy yourself. This comes from a spirit of joy and adventure. The angels ask you, when was the last time you had fun? And if you don't remember, then it's long overdue for you to add some playtime into your schedule. The angels say that fun is a necessity and not a luxury. The activity can be free of charge, such as exploring nature, auditioning for a local theatrical production, joining a community sports team, or simply trying something new. Playfulness is a good investment of your time, as it will renew your energy levels and elevate your mood. Playtime is also essential in relationships too, to keep the free-spirited component of dating alive. Plan regular date nights with your partner and take turns creatively planning fun activities such as miniature golf, karaoke, walking through a flower garden, or flying kites together. But I don't know. And to me, with this card coming up behind it, this is telling me that somebody's doing something that they shouldn't be doing. And maybe they're trying to pass it off as something else. Because here's the cat. And it is the first card in the deck. And the card says, With sweet little words and a pleasant face, the traitor convinces and gains your good graces. This is an ill omened card that predicts betrayal, or it must encourage you to reflect on trust you have undeservingly placed in someone or in a situation you believe to be safe. It also predicts unfaithfulness in love. I'm telling you, somebody doing something they ain't supposed to. That's what I have for you, Gemini, for the month of June 2020. I do hope those messages help. And until next time, namaste. I gotta figure out how to turn the damn thing off. Bye.